I decided to permanently lock my 9-year-old daughter's hair, and here's why. If you are new here, my name is Janitra White. I have been on YouTube for 12 years, and I talk about everything on this channel from motherhood, entrepreneurship, how I started my own businesses, how I saved $100,000 cash, how I grew my hair to waist length, and how I navigate life as a mom, wife, and stepmom. And I invite you to stick around, tune in if you want everything from life to beauty to business. 3 weeks ago, I decided to permanently install Microlocs on my daughter's hair, and I decided to do these myself over the course of 3 days. And throughout this video, I'm going to show you the process, the results, provide you some tips on if you are wanting to embark on a DIY microlock journey for yourself or your children. And I will also show you a 3 week update and all the things that we've done with her locks during this time. And contrary to popular belief, she did not go through an ugly phase. So if you want to see all the ways that we've styled her locks over these last 3 weeks, how versatile they have been, we were immediately able to style, manipulate, and even some of the things and products that I've used might surprise you, but her hair has held up very well. So we initially started her lock process when coming out of some twist protective styles, almost mini twists, but I would say medium twists. So this is just her hair when I took all the twists down. And as you can already tell, her hair is very thick, very dense. And so the upkeep of her hair had become quite challenging. It was taking us a lot of time, a lot of hours every week just to maintain her hair, or I was having to keep it put away in braids and things like that, which was leading to breakage, etc. And so here I'm using my Rev hair. I have a video using it on my waist length hair if you have not checked that out. Now, everything I saw online said do not get a fresh haircut or trim before installing Microlocs, but I went ahead and just lightly dusted her ends just to clean it up. And if you've done any other research, then you know that one of the big things with Microlocs is the grid. And I really didn't understand the importance or the purpose of this, but I saw how important it was or how important it seemed. And so I did my best. So that was her grid. And then this is just me getting started at the back. In hindsight, I would probably start at the middle only because this took us the course of 3 days and she had to go to school during that time. So if I had to do it over again, I would start in the middle. But as you can see, what I did each night after spending a few hours on it, I would just bun it and try to tuck as much of her loose hair away and then send her to school the next day. And then you can see here, we're getting started. This was, I believe, day two or three. And in this clip, I'm just showing you the actual interlocking that I did. I will link the tool below. It is linked in my Amazon store. But I did a 4-point rotation on most of them. Some of the twists, if I made them kind of too tight to the scalp, I was only able to do a 2-point rotation. But here you can see it's coming along, and these twists are mini. They are micro, should I say. Um, by the third day, I was really questioning my existence and why I even decided to do this. So this is when she got home from school on day 3, and we got started. All in all, from start to finish, I'll go ahead and give y'all a spoiler alert. It took 17 and a half hours to complete these. And so that was working about 5 to 6 hours per day. Now, I will say because her hair was already thick and extremely long, that that is probably why it took so long. If you are starting with just a couple of inches of hair, then I doubt it will take you as long. It may only take you half the time, but you can see that her hair was to the middle of her back. And
her hair is, she has a ton of hair strands. And so, in order to keep these small and keep them consistent, I had to really take my time and make sure that I was doing them all the same size and that I was just maintaining that pattern. Towards the end, I was so tempted because I was extremely tired to start making them bigger. So it took a lot of mental fortitude for me to continue making each twist a micro size. And as you can see, like I think I sped this up times four. So you can see really how long it took me to twist these little micro twists all the way down to the bottom of her hair. And finally finished. And before I got too tired, I decided to go through and count all of her locks. And so I want y'all to leave a guess in the comments. How many micro locks do you think she has? Let me know your number in the comments. And I know that everyone says that products are a no-no, but here I am putting some setting foam because I don't like to follow the rules when it comes to hair. I'm the same girly who was using grease on my braid outs 10, 15 years ago and still made it to waist length. So do with that what you will. And this was, I don't know, guys, maybe y'all can help me out. Do I call her first day the day that we started, or do I start from the day we finished, which was actually the third day? But this is the final day, the final result. And then in these next clips, I'm just going to walk you through the next 3 weeks of styling and different things that we did. I did spray her hair with rose water. I used oil on her scalp. I didn't really follow a lot of the rules at all. And actually, if you stick through to the end, then you will see one of the major rules that I broke, but we're still doing okay over here. So, this is about 1 week locked, and I don't see any unraveling. I think that of all four of my children, she has the perfect texture to maintain locks. Here's a view at the top. One other thing to note is that I did not twist all the way to the end. So even though it was straight on the end in the initial install footage, I did basically leave her ends out to eventually have curly ends. So you can see I haven't really put any product on them besides rose water, and I've only been applying the oil to her scalp in this clip. So they are a little dry, um, but they're still doing great. And after about a week, y'all, she was ready to start playing in these locks herself. And she is so excited about being able to comb her own hair and do different things. And her number one reason was to, quote, never have to get her hair detangled again. Y'all, detangling was hard on both of us. And she basically gave me an ultimatum that either she would get locks or I would allow her to shave her head bald. So we settled on locks. So the major rule that we broke was within 3 weeks of installing her micro locks, she went swimming. Yes, guys, it was spring break. The kids wanted to hop in the pool, and I was no longer going to let her hair hold her back from enjoying things that other people get to enjoy. So here it is, air dried after swimming.
Overall, this was a great decision for us. As I stated, this was something that she has wanted for quite some time. And it was either between one of two options. And so we decided to go with the locks. I just can't wait to see the progress and how her hair grows and how her journey unfolds. I will be back when we do our first wash and retie, and I will provide a tutorial for that, as well as any tips or tricks that I learn along the way, because I am learning as I go through doing my own research.